It's another level, I tell you.
I can't wait to just piece of shit. Hell yeah. That's quiet.
Yes.
I don't understand.
That was quiet, but I like the whine. That's pretty, like, it's a sick sound.
You gonna hear that over everything on in-car footage.
I'll be happy with that. It's better than
It's gonna sound like
whatever fifth gear used to be.
that shit sounded sick.
I like it.
It did. It sounded like a fucking rally car.
Now we just gotta wait till a warm day.
Go please, son.
So it's been a couple days. We're gonna avoid the elephant in the room. We actually got a lift in this unit, but we got a shift knob from KDN put in this thing, and if you listen real close, it's got a micro switch built in front and back, so it can do an ignition cut when you go to shift this thing. So technically we can do clutchless shifting, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that'll be pretty sick. Unfortunately, we do have to do a little bit of dialing in on that because we don't really know how we're going to make this work without it killing the car in other instances aside from watt shifting. So that's what we're about to do now. We're going to get this thing, well, it's already up in the air, so we're going to start it, play with some tables, get it spinning, and just play with some ignition cuts on the shifter.
Yeah, so basically Holley Terminators only have one ignition cut, and it literally has no other set parameters. So we're kind of fucked on that, but I think I can just pull a bunch of time, and we're obviously about to test it. I did just do the ignition cut because I do want to try it out and see how aggressive it is versus what I'm about to create. I mean, it should work right now. I have it set on the ignition cut.
So when you push that, see it turn green. So the shifter is working, but it's not cutting. Is it not cutting enough timing or what?
It's not doing anything.
They ain't doing nothing. So what'd you do? Just a whole new table there?
Yeah, I just built basically a custom table.
Rough draft, really.
Rough draft. This is just for obvious testing, but basically when I hit that, it's going to pull 60 degrees of timing, and I have it set to pull it for 130 milliseconds.
So it's going to be pretty quick, realistically, in what's happening right now. But on a shift, you'll actually be able to feel that cut.
That's going to shoot flames.
Yeah. I guess we need to let it warm up a little bit, but I'd like to hold it a little higher and do it.
Well, I'm going to hold it high and actually go through the gears.
Yeah.
Probably about 4,000 or 5,000 RPM.
That sounds gnarly.
Maybe. To be fair, I think it will work better when it's full tilt.
A little load and everything, yeah.
It'll be under load. I mean, we're just rolling in the air right now. I mean,
there's no way to know until we do it, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Hey, y'all, we're back out here. It's the next day. We're playing around with some settings still, but hopefully we'll get this thing figured out here soon.
It's shifting.
It worked. It just got too long. Of course it starts raining.
Good old daily driver. freaking reason, that's when it shuts off. Like when I done the shift, it shut off until it went all the way back down to 2,500 RPM. That's when it kicked back in. Let's go up to 10% throttle. So it works,
But it don't work.
but like that little two-step I'm doing,
Yeah.
is me just holding this knob. But this knob isn't supposed to be activated. Well, I was playing with it until above 50% throttle, and I was like, I don't know, 15% throttle, and it only does that little wub bum 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 thing. So for whatever reason, its cutoff point is 3,500, and its re-entry point's like 2,500.
All right, so we've been scratching our head trying to figure out exactly what's changed between last night and tonight. It seemed to be working pretty good last night, and today it's just got this weird limiter per se when you do it, and it just bounces. So completely different, unknown issue. So kind of went through, changed some tune stuff.
So the only thing I can think of is this switch trigger shifter is active for 20 seconds. It was set to cut ignition. I mean, that's the only thing that is odd about this, because even if I canceled that table out, I was still hitting the shifter.
Yeah.
So maybe
I don't know.
this is gonna do something.
We'll see. All right, so we're gonna test it again, take it back down the road, and do another watt hit. It was cutting for like a full second or two or three. I don't know. It just, once it cut, it kind of just stayed cut. Unfortunately, you know, that means the car's kind of shut off at that point. But it did take the shift, so it cut and allowed us to do a clutchless shift. Now we just need it to only cut for like 1/10 of a second, which will be a pretty sick shift.
Pulling a lot of, I mean, that's for a decent amount of time, but that was f***ing sick. Oh, yeah. Alright, so now I'm going to shorten the time because I obviously was shifting faster than...
Yeah, for sure. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting down.
Come get you in the Dodge.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Damn. Buddy. Too out of shape for that, but that was sick. These things cold as last night.